probably see, I have Intech here. In the last video, we pulled the head off. We did some cleaning, not too much, but what I'm doing now is I'm taking off the sump and the timing cover, getting ready to clean the deck of the block, and the Tickford EF head is going back on. You might be wondering, why am I using the EF head? Well, because it already has a cam, it already has valve springs, and it's already been freshly decked and stuff. And heard different things about E-Series heads having bigger valves, stronger valves. Not that it's really an issue on Intechs, but I figured it's there, may as well retain a little bit of the E-Seriesness. And I mean, it bolts straight on, like there's no issues with that. So yeah, let's get this cleaned up so we can get that head on, because I'm sick of seeing it sitting there. It's gonna be a big mess now. Yeah. It's raining oil. Hallelujah. Nice. So, I've been advised that to take the timing cover off, you have to take the sump off, because there is a hidden guide that a lot of people miss that sits between the timing cover and the sump that you have to, like, it's not avoidable. You can't take the timing cover off without taking the sump off. I'm not going to take any rod caps off to have a look at the bearings, because last time I got upset and I found out things I didn't want to find out. So we're just going to leave it and hope for the best. Alright, so all the 8 mils are done. Now we got to take these 13s off, I believe. I'm not sure if there's any specific sequence that they go on, but I know they do go into the actual, I think it's the main cap, the main caps of the crank. So I'm going to do a bit of research before I take it apart, because I don't want to ruin this motor. So I asked Ollie Mechanic if there are any special sequences that you have to follow, and all he says to me was Ugga Dugga. So I'm assuming that there's not. And that's it. This sump should come straight off now, in theory, but we'll test that. Alright. There it is. So it's basically a bare block now with just a timing chain, but this can come off quite easily. I can tell that this engine has never been apart, because look at the condition of the timing chain guides. They're black and they're absolutely scored. It's definitely done 275,000 Ks, that's for sure. It is now many moons into the future, and we have made a lot of progress. Excuse my voice, I'm a little bit sick, but we have a bunch of parts. We have a new timing chain, we have a gasket kit for the AU motor. That was for the EF motor, which of course we're not using anymore. Ollie has spent a lot of time cleaning all the aluminium parts. Look at this. If you guys remember in the previous video how crusty and covered in oil all these parts were, it was ridiculous. I never thought I'd be able to clean it, but look at this sump. It's incredible. And if you guys are wondering what parts were used to clean it, we used oven cleaner. So you cover it in oven cleaner, then you pressure wash it, then you put Ali Bright on it, agitate it in, and then you pressure wash it again, and it comes out basically brand new. Same with the rocker cover. If you guys know how dirty the inside of AU rocker covers get, like, just check this out. Obviously some of this stuff is baked in so hard, you're gonna need like an industrial chemical cleaner or something, which you probably need a license for. For once, I'm not actually taking anything apart. We're actually putting stuff back on the motor. I've got myself some ultra black. What I'm doing is I'm just sealing up the timing cover, and then I'm going to stick both the gaskets on, then seal on them as well. I want to make sure that I never have to pull this motor apart ever again unless it blows up. So, have a look at this. For once, we haven't disassembled something. The timing cover is back on the motor, and Ollie did an amazing job cleaning this up. I didn't film this part because it's boring, but I cleaned off the deck of the block. So I used some sandpaper and whatnot. So now it's time to put the MLS head gasket on and then crack out the head studs. Exciting. Ollie's doing some arts and crafts over here. We're copper spraying the MLS because it's a metal surface on a metal surface. And I mean, you can't go wrong with copper spray. You can use it on paper gaskets. You can use it on Cometic head gaskets. So why not? This stuff's good and it's very in demand. Very in demand.
Awesome.
Awesome. Where's the dowels? Good news, boys and girls. Look at this. It's been a while since this head has been off the table and on an actual engine, but here you are. So we got the 94 DT head, which means EF Tickford head. We had a few troubles getting the dowels to seat into the head, but what we did is we just grabbed one of the head studs and just slowly just tightened it in, and then it seated beautifully. So now we're gonna get all the head studs in, get them all torqued up. Should be sweet. You can see the rest brake, not the finish line, the rest brake. Ollie's had enough.
Yeah.
His head is extra shiny today. It's looking very nice, it's glowing. Oh, by the way guys, I'd like for you to all give a congratulations to Ollie because he's finished his last round of chemo.
We didn't die.
He's going to have a PET scan done in the next week or two, and that will determine whether, like, the course of action. But so far, his tumor has been decreasing very quickly, which is good. How are you feeling, Ori?
I want to go to bed.
Got something to show you guys. I present to you the AU Intech EF hybrid motor. Look at this. Now, you've heard of EL hybrid, EL-AE hybrid, but you know, this makes no logical sense at all, and that's why I did it. The only reason why I kept this head is because it's a Tickford, so I like the T there. And also, like I mentioned before, it already has cam, it already has valve springs, put the head studs in, you guys saw that in the last clip. I wanted to retain a little bit of the EF-ness in the new motor. In the next video, you'll see this engine completely mocked up. We might even chuck it in the engine bay because we do need to do a little bit of modification to the K-frame to fit the AU motor because the sump is different to a sock. Ollie actually welded on -10 fittings and the sump. Unfortunately, the Ford casting isn't very good, so it was kind of hard to weld, but as long as it works and it doesn't leak, that's all I care about. I don't know how to fucking weld, so I can't really complain. Can I, Ollie?
No. My hands are very shaky, so...
Yeah, they are.
It's pretty tricky to weld when you're...
Little bit Michael J. Fox. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Intech EF build, please stick around. We've got a few goodies that I acquired, and I'm not even finished acquiring them. We've got a exhaust manifold, which I'll show off in the next video. I will be getting a plenum, but you guys are gonna have to stick around and see what kind of plenum I'm gonna get. It's a pretty unique one, I've never seen it before, but yeah. Thank you guys once again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.